Today we're checking out another super exciting product from Redragon, and this is the Bullseye Pro. Hey guys, welcome back to our Horizons channel. Today we're looking at the Bullseye Pro gaming mouse by Redragon, and this is another one that I was excited to check out. I'm always in the search of the perfect peripherals, mice, keyboards, headphones, and I'm constantly checking out and testing a lot of models to make sure that I can finally find the one that I absolutely love. Over the years, if you've been with my channel, you probably noticed that I favor one mouse all the time, and this is the AJ390, and I've paired against it many other mice from different companies, and I still revolve back to that one. So let's see if the Bullseye Pro can beat it and what are the strengths and weaknesses with this model. So without further ado, we're gonna go straight into the unboxing. We're gonna check out the software on the website, what kind of customizations we can do with this mouse, and of course at the end we're going to talk about it in the conclusion. Let's check out what's inside the box of the Bullseye Pro from Redragon. Nice retail box with the images of the product. Some of the features are outlined as well. Also in the back side it shows you everything you need to know. If you're picking up this one in a retail store, something like Micro Center or something like that, you'll be able to see exactly what you're getting. So let's see what's inside the box when I open it. So what we have inside the box is a quick user manual, all in English of course. Very nice to see how to operate some of the key features, which obviously we know about. And right here we have a lot of stickers from Redragon. They've been doing this for a while. If you guys been with my channel for a long time, you know I've reviewed some of their keyboards in the past, and they always supply some of these stickers inside it. Right here we have, first and foremost, one of the most important things to me is the USB-A to USB cable, which is extremely soft. I mean, look at this. This is not gonna knock anything on your desk, and I've said this many times before. I love to see cables that are very soft, that are almost like a string, and this is exactly what it is. But this is really nice cable, again braided, soft, and the length is 6 feet, very compact ends as well. And again, if you don't like this one, you can always replace it with longer one or shorter one, whichever one you want, but this cable is perfect to me. Right here we have the transmitter for the wireless function, of course USB, and at the end, at the bottom, is the mouse. Ergonomics are definitely big to me and exactly what I'm looking for when I put my hand on the mouse. Nice and big with a thumb rest right here, rubberized side where you can grab or kind of grip with your thumb. We have large back and forward buttons here on the side. We have large buttons on the top to change the DPI. We have rubberized scroll wheel, which is very good. The clicking, not too loud, not too muted as well. Very nice grooves here for your pinky and for your ring finger, so they can rest as well. Definitely Redragon thought about the ergonomics in this mouse, and I really like what they've done here. We have 4 sleds on the bottom for easy gliding over your mouse pad. We have a button to switch between wireless, Bluetooth, and off, which means wired, and mode switch. This is where the wireless adapter can rest. So if you take it out of this little baggie, of course, and if you want to travel and transport it, you can put it right here and it's going to stay like this perfectly. And if you want to pull it out, just use your fingers, pull it out and put it into the computer. This is where the USB is going, and again, USB-C, excellent to see. It's not the old micro USB, so we can exchange this cable with whatever we want. Once we plug it in, this is how it's going to look. And if I'm using this mouse primarily, this is exactly how I'm going to be using it, with the cable, just because when I game, I absolutely don't like if the battery runs out or if there's any latency, and with cable you're eliminating all these issues. If we switch it to one of those positions, you'll see the different color LEDs light up on the logo, on the scroll wheel, and of course right here on the back where we have a little strip of LEDs as well. Of course these modes can be changed through the software. We're going to look at that in a little bit. But the top of the mouse, majority of it is rubberized and kind of matte, which I really like. It's not glossy and shiny. And of course, having those 3 options is perfect because it can be used across many devices: PC, Android, Chromebooks, tablets, anything else, even phones. Just connect it and use it this way. So yeah, this is with the unboxing, nothing else inside the box. We're gonna go ahead and install the software. I'm gonna show you how it looks on the computer. So if you go to Redragon's website, well, so first of all, you're gonna immediately notice the promotion that is going on right now. We have back to school 15% off and member exclusive 25% off on some products. So go ahead and explore these. It's definitely worth the deal. So if I go to products and then mice, I will navigate down through all the models, and of course we're looking at the Bullseye Pro, which is retailing at $40, but considering the promotions, you definitely can get it under. So once you select the mouse, all the information about it will be here. Of course, it's provided in two different colors. We have the black and the white. Personally, I have the black version. And you can read through the specifications and all the other things they have. Obviously, we have 26,000 DPI, 650 IPS, and 50G pulling force. 3 modes on board: Bluetooth, wireless, and wired, like mentioned before. And some comparison right here with the other models they have. All 7 buttons on the mouse are fully programmable. And of course, if we go up a little bit to the menu right here, specifications will be listed as well, which is great. You can see the weight, 140 grams, kind of on the heavy side, but a lot of people I know prefer heavier mice. Personally, I'm not one of those, but if you are, great. And all the other things that you need to know, the length of the cable, all the other important things personally that I care about. And finally, if you go to the downloads, here is the software for the mouse. And if you go ahead and download that and install it, I will open it and show it to you what it looks like. So here it is, very simple yet functional. We have settings right away, all the buttons right here. You can repurpose all of them if you want to. And of course, restore the initial ones. Debounce can be adjusted here as well. And if I go to furthermore in the settings, the DPI can be adjusted manually here to exactly what you want. By default, we have the lowest at 1,000 and of course the highest at 26,000, which is outrageous. Personally, I like to keep mine around 400, 600, sometimes 800. So it depends. And the breathing effects here on the buttons, you know, with the RGB. And we have the LODs from 1mm to 2mm, ripple control, angle snapping, all that can be enabled here. And if we go to this section, this is the macro list. If you want to create your own macros, go ahead and create it here. Personally, I'm a huge fan of companies and mice that come with the pre-built macros already in the mouse, so you don't have to install the software, so you don't have to go ahead and try to navigate and try to figure it out how to create macros. Not everybody is a pro at creating macros, and take some time to test and run and see how it works. But I understand what they're doing here, and they're giving you all the options so you can do it yourself. And finally, this is the RGB section with all the different effects. We have the steady, breathing, streaming, neon, all that stuff. It's listed right here and shows you where you can expect the different zones. We have that strip on the bottom, we have the logo, and of course we have the wheel, which is all RGB, and the brightness can be adjusted here, the speed can be adjusted, and all the colors you want in the world. Personally, there's an option to turn off the light when moving. I will probably be selecting this because I don't want to be distracted if I'm gaming. I want the mouse to be completely dark so I don't get at all distracted when I'm trying to game. But yeah, this is simplistic yet very functional little software they've created for the mouse. I just wish that they combined this software with all their products. For example, the keyboards and the mice can be one software. Just install it and select your product from there. I don't really see the purpose of having 2 different softwares for the products coming from the same company. But that's what they chose to do. Maybe in the future they will combine it and make it a little bit easier. That way, if you're owning different products from the company, mice, keyboards, headphones, whatever it is, they can be controlled from the same software. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go into the conclusion. All right, conclusion time. And what do I think about the Bullseye Pro by Redragon? Well, I have to say, when it comes to ergonomics, this is probably one of the best, if not the best mouse I have tested in the last 2-3 years. And I've mentioned it throughout the video how much I like the layout over here. We have a large resting area for your thumb. Right next to it is big grabber portion where you can grab the mouse and move it around, because let's face it, 139 grams, this is a pretty heavy mouse. So you're gonna need all the grip that you can get. And of course, on the other side, we have 2 very well sculptured portions where your pinky and ring finger can rest on. excellent. I think the height is perfect. I think the length is perfect. The cover is rubberized. It's not glossy, it's matte. The side buttons are large and very convenient to touch. They're distinguished because one of them is textured on top, the wheel is rubbered again, and large buttons for the DPI switches. And speaking of DPI, we're talking about, again, all the way from 1,000 or smaller if you're using the software and tailored to be a smaller amount than 1,000, all the way to 26,000. I don't know who's using 26,000. Personally, I don't, but if you are, well, more power to you. A lot of customization, 7 customizable buttons. Software is simple and functional at the same time. All 3 functions are right here with connectivity. We're talking about Bluetooth, wireless, and wired. And speaking of wired, the best cable I have seen, hands down, across all the peripherals when it comes to cable, detachable USB-A to USB-C cable. That is super soft, very easy to manipulate, and every time people were asking me, well, why you care so much about that? I'll tell you, because soft cables will not go and knock stuff around on your desk, and they're creating very little resistance when you're working with the wire to play your games. And again, why am I favoring wire? Because of latency, obviously, and those of you, if you're using it on Bluetooth for office, let's say, or using it with wireless for media center, great application. But for gaming, I always prefer to be wired because I don't want to be getting up in the middle of a gaming session to charge my battery or lose connection or suffer from the latency. So having all 3 on board is excellent. The RGB lovers will like this mouse as well. We have a strip on the bottom, the logo, the wheel, everything is lit up with RGB. It can be tailored, can be done. All that is great. The slides on the bottom are large and very nicely done. It slides over the surface. So yeah, I think this is an excellent mouse, and of course, $40. I mean, Redragon have been keeping down the prices for a long time, but now they have quality products. They're also very competitively priced. And on top of that, you can enjoy all the discounts they have currently, back to school and all that stuff. So yeah, consider this mouse. Again, if you like larger mice, if you like a mouse that it's a little bit on the heavier side, this is probably the one for you. If you like something smaller, if you like something more light, definitely that's not for you. And one thing personally I would love to see is to have some of the macros built in to the hardware or the chip of the mouse, instead of installing a software that you have to create your own macros. And speaking of the software, I mentioned that before. I wish they can combine all the software together. So when you have different peripherals from the company, keyboards or headphones or mice, they can be instantly recognized by the software. And then you can do all your customizations based on that specific model. You don't have to install a separate software for the different things. And this is exactly the case here. I had to install separate software for the mouse and separate software for the keyboard. So it's a little bit cumbersome. I think still the Bullseye Pro is an excellent product, very well priced, tons of functionality. And those of you that decide to get it, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the videos coming very, very soon. I have a lot more peripherals to show you and some other interesting things. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.